Hi, everybody. I'm just going to let you know that this week you're turning in your final draft of essay number 1. And I'm going to confess that as I look at all my instructions, I am really repeating something over and over again. And that is, I am giving you the option to simply follow the format of writing an introduction, then a summary, then analysis paragraphs, then a conclusion. Now, they've been laid out in several assignments at this point, so feel free to just kind of march along if you're a little uncertain how these essays look. You can look at student essays and examples to give you a kind of a feel for it. But just so you know, I am aware that the instructions are repeated, and I'm trying to get it in there with my repeating. So it's not that you have to follow everything, absolutely strictly so that you're in some kind of straitjacket or something. You shouldn't feel too confined, but it does give you something that you can kind of hang your hat on as you sketch out how you're going to complete this essay. Now, I've given you feedback on your rough draft, so hopefully that's something. And remember, I do not go through and edit every sentence. So if you see that I've made some editing suggestions about word choice or logical sequencing, I've inserted like a sentence to make things connect. Just remember that you might have that issue somewhere else. So make sure that you apply any principles. On punctuation, I'll refer you to these documents. Like if you're not joining sentences with the right punctuation or lack of punctuation, I will refer you to the document, but just know that those errors are likely to be repeated, and I don't go through and mark every single one. Okay, so the biggest fun part of it all is the analysis paragraphs. Can't wait to hear your ideas. And remember, in your assignments, you have already done each type of paragraph and you've gotten feedback, so make sure you apply that feedback so that you can, revise your paragraphs to make them as good as they can be for the grade. And make sure you look at the grading criteria, the rubric we call it, to see it's on a scale of 1 to 6, so it's not unusual to get a 4, a 5, a 5.5, and it's based on the criteria laid out there. And as you can imagine, it's about being clear and focused and having sentences that are logically sequenced, that express ideas clearly, using original examples, all of the things that I've been repeating and repeating. I don't mean to overkill on the repetition, but my policy is in case you missed it the first time, I'm just putting it out there again. Let's just take a quick look at the screen. Oops, here we go. This is the assignment, let's discuss. And the reason I'm even saying let's discuss, the thesis for essays like this is really to what extent do you agree or disagree, and then you march through and and then write paragraphs that describe kind of your reaction and insights to the ideas in the article or essay. And again, if you look, you'll see me repeating the pattern. First, write an introduction. Then if you forgot what those look like, you can go click on the instructions. Then a summary. Now, summary involves writing in that MLA fashion. So you might want to glance at that again, because those techniques are used throughout analysis paragraphs as well. That's just kind of a convention of academic writing, and it helps you it gives you your ticket to the academic conversation. So you're not going to use you, and you're going to cite the source in its entirety with the first and last name and some credentials of the writer, that sort of thing. That's all laid out in there. We've been over it a couple of times, but all the links are here if you want to take another look as you're writing your final draft. And then 2 analysis paragraphs. Now, you may have noticed that the word count on this went from 750 to 850 because a few people in their rough drafts were imagining that they could not do 2 analysis paragraphs, but just 1. So remember that there need to be 2 analysis paragraphs. So 2 separate points that you're going to analyze and discuss, and bring some example from your life. Give us something we can really see and think about, and that we might be able to relate to make the point kind of come to life, to jump off the page. Okay, so that is today's video, and here are the instructions, and all of the readings have links to them if you want to just shop around again, because sometimes you write a rough draft and you say, I want to do something else, and you change your mind, and that's fine. Okay, And then look at this, the art of repeating. That will be on my tombstone. She repeated a lot. It's just to have it there for you again and again. You can just, I say first, next, next. You can just go down in order if you're a little uncertain how to proceed. Okay, because sometimes looking at examples you may need something to bolster what you're seeing when you read somebody else's essay. Okay, so that's it. And I'm going to stop the share. I'm not going to share anymore. Okay, so that's this week. Happy Monday. And I'm sure you're going to do a great job. Make sure to get that final draft in, and then I will be reading them and grading them throughout the week. And, put any questions or comments. Remember, I'll be around tomorrow as well. If you want to ask me some last minute questions about parts of your essays, that would be great. All right, good luck. And I look forward to hearing what's on your academic minds.